Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Alison Metcalf, who we've talked to before, the Executive Vice President, North America for Tourism Ireland. But we have another person here. Can you introduce yourself? I've just met you.
I'm Siobhan McManamy, and I'm Director of Markets and Partnerships with Tourism Ireland.
So you can tell what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this meeting they had this evening in Manhattan, marketing for 2025, here on Insider Travel Report. Let's start with a roundup of 24.
Well, 2024, I'd like to thank all the travel advisors out there for helping us achieve a really strong result. We welcomed 1.2 million visits, but more importantly, American travelers spent more than they've ever spent before, up 19%. So I think what we want to talk to travel advisors about is about all of the great opportunities and experiences for them to encourage their clients to get off the beaten track. Our goal at Tourism Ireland is to not only grow up visitation, but to grow it in a way where people really enjoy those local, authentic experiences. And I think as we see Americans wanting to travel more, they want to see more, do more, and spend more, we want to give them those opportunities and ideas to sell through the tour operator programs to their clients. So 2025 is looking good, and as we look to encourage people to get off the beaten track, get out into the regions, and really experience those local experiences. I think that's what travelers want. We know that Americans, for them, when they travel, exploration is key. They want to explore new places, new cultures, spend time with friends and family, and generally have fun when they're doing that, and being active as well. So tonight we were talking about all of the opportunities around that.
And let's not forget about off-season and not necessarily traveling St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah, and I think when we think about the tourism season, it kicks off around St. Patrick's Day, middle of March, obviously, but we're also thinking about all of the many other festivals throughout Ireland, and I think Halloween is certainly something we focus on. Alan, I know you've been over there to enjoy our great Halloween experiences. Ireland is home of Halloween, for those travel advisors that don't realise that. Two incredible festivals, Puka Festival in County Meath, and then the great festival in the city of Derry, or Londonderry. So there are lots of things happening. Ireland is open year round. There's events and festivals that do tend to happen in the shoulder months. It's a great way to connect with the locals. It's a great way to experience local culture, whether it's food, music, or sport. But we're certainly looking to sort of extend the season from March through to October, November.
So now, how do we actually manifest this?
I think it's never been easier to get to Ireland. There's 22 gateways now from the US into Ireland, and so no matter where your clients are located, there's a really easy and quick way to get to Ireland. And then when you get there, there's all those great experiences Alison talked about earlier.
And I think, what we're also trying to do is we're working very closely with all of the US tour operators, which, obviously travel advisors listening to this will be working with. So we're working closely with them to encourage them to program new experiences, whether it's experiences around food tours or music tours or outdoor activities, hiking, biking, cycling, sea kayaking. So we're working very closely to strengthen those partnerships with tour operators. So as we move into 2025 and 2026, you will see those tour operators offering a greater breadth of product and experience, which again, clients, we do a lot of consumer research, but we know that clients and consumers here in the US are looking for those local experiences, immersive experiences. They want to get under the skin of a destination. It's very easy to do in Ireland. It's all about the people, the storytellers, and we love to connect.
So now so we're going to get them to come for the experience, but there's so many experiences. Let's go over sports, film tourism. Let's go over golf. Let's go over each of these.
Yeah, it's a great year for golf in Ireland. The Open Championships returning to Northern Ireland, into Royal Portrush later on in the summer. That's a big success. And of course then we've the Ryder Cup here in Bethpage, but the next time the Ryder Cup will be held in Europe will be in Adare in Limerick in Ireland in 2027. So it really is a great run up for golf enthusiasts, and of course Irish golfers and golfers from Northern Ireland are doing great at the moment in some of the PGA championships. So all good on the golf front.
And what I heard tonight was your relationship with football, American football, to bring it there, and why. There was the reason I didn't understand. Tell us that.
Well, I think Dublin certainly has become the European home of US college football. We've had the Aer Lingus Classic for a number of years, and this year we're looking forward to hosting Kansas State and Iowa State. But just literally hot off the press, NFL announced that the Pittsburgh Steelers would play their first regular season game in Dublin. No date announced yet, but we do believe it will be the end of September, and also the opposing team has yet to be announced. So I think we're trying to leverage those tourism opportunities around those major sporting events. We know people are traveling overseas for concerts, for sporting events, and I think it's interesting from a Pittsburgh perspective because the owners of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Rooney family, Dan Rooney, the late Dan Rooney, was a former U.S. ambassador to Ireland. And the Rooney family have ancestral connections and heritage in Ireland, I think, from Newry and County Down. So very special, but I think it's really putting Ireland and Dublin on the world sporting stage, and we want to make sure we capitalise on that for tourism purposes and encourage people not only to go to the game but then to spend extra days touring around the island.
Partnerships, you are developing them in every area. One of the ones I listened to was networks and streaming services. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think both in terms of advertising and reach, but also a new Netflix series, Wednesday, was filmed in Ireland, and that'll be coming out a little later this year. Bad Sisters is on Apple at the moment, and all of those were filmed in Ireland. And I think there's a few other exciting projects coming out later this year that are not public yet, but we've been working with them.
I'm going to jump in here and say personally, I just fell onto a series that was shot and supported by Ireland on the Meta Quest virtual reality headset, only available there at a castle in Ireland, which I haven't yet identified. 6-episode horror series named The Faceless Lady. So a little plug for a little-known film shot in Ireland and jaw-droppingly beautiful castle where everything happens.
Well, that's only a new one for me. I haven't seen that one, but Ireland is, has a well-earned track record as being a very, attractive filming destination, both for films on the big screen, but also, series on the small screen. So, but it's back to Game of Thrones and other series. But I think we know that for a lot of travellers, being a set jetter, people almost 40% of visitors are influenced by movies and TV series when they look at destination selection. So I think we have great opportunity. And obviously, there's a great pipeline of projects, and we look to harness and leverage those that we feel offer most opportunity for tourism.
Travel advisors they're going to hopefully work with tour operators, but if they're working independently and they just want to start booking hotels, what's new?
Yeah, so we'll have an extra about 7% rooms in Ireland this year. Lots of new hotels opening in Dublin, which I know will be great news for all the travel advisors and tour operators out there. We also have a number of new hotels opening on the north coast. So beside the stunning Causeway coastal route, there's a number of 5-star hotels, a very good 4-star hotels opening there this year. So a real boom for hotel development in that part of the island.
And for those who are loyal to brands, can you name some brands?
Yeah, and that's another big trend this year. There's a lot more brands coming in, particularly in those Dublin hotels. So you're seeing a lot of a new Sofitel being built at the airport, a 400-room hotel, that's going up quickly. And then within the city, there's a lot of the brands are just expanding within Ireland.
Not to take away from the original Irish hotels, which we should give a shout out to.
Yeah, and I think those family-run hotels are what's really special. And I think when you get that mix of the brands you know and love, and then local family.
Why don't you do one of each or a couple of each?
And that really makes it an incredibly special holiday.
Right. And that fulfills your goals of that immersiveness and the slowcation and sustainability too, because you want to sustain all the families.
Absolutely, and I think people talk about slow tourism, but I think it's just about slowing down. I think people generally want to spend more time in destination. They want to participate in more experiences, and they really want to sort of connect with the sense of place, with the people, with the landscape, and they want to be very present in the moment. And I think that's where Ireland offers a great opportunity right around the island, but particularly in the hidden heartlands area, where there's great opportunities around slow tourism, whether it's on the activity front or whether it's on the waterways, and just generally also looking at opportunities for more sustainable methods of transportation as well. So I think that's something that we're certainly focused on. We're on a journey with this. We haven't totally nailed it, but there's an incredible number of new experiences coming on, and we're really proud of some of those small and medium-sized enterprises that are in the tourism space. Because I think it's the people and those local experiences that the travellers want.
Tell us these little experiences.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of food tours. I think of some of the cook and catch tours you can do up and down the wide Atlantic Way. I think of the food tour you can do in Belfast. I think of some of the whiskey on the rocks experience. You can have that private whiskey experience on the Giant's Causeway, which is a World Heritage Site. There's lots of experiences like that, and of course then private tours of whether it's castles or for, beautiful picnics and in remote locations. So there's lots of things happening and very easy to do and organize for agents that have clients that want something unique and special.
Okay. So we're going out to 128,000 travel advisors. How can they get more involved? Where can they get more information?
Yeah, so our teams here in New York and San Francisco really value the travel trade and the travel advisor so much, and they have a series of workshops and webinars and tools and trips available for all of them to access via our website. So,
And what is the website?
tourismireland.com/trade.
All right, I want to thank you both. First of all, thank you for inviting me. I always like coming and hearing the marketing. It's impressive. It's inspiring. And now that I've been to Ireland, I understand why you guys are so energetic. But anyway, thank you and good luck.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Alan.
much.
Thanks for all your support.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.